Good morning. How is everybody on this beautiful Wednesday, freezing cold morning? I'll wait until a couple people come on here before I begin. I've been having a lot of fun painting snowmen lately, so I think I'm going to paint one. Several people have asked me to paint one today. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Marty. Hi, Suzanne. But I'm going to paint one that I've already painted. I always think that I want to paint the same things over and over again, and sometimes I do, but not as much as I'd like to, because they're all different, and you learn something different every time you paint something you've already done. So I always think that it's funny, like with art, unlike music or other things that you learn, like with music, you learn a song and you play it over and over and over and over again until you pretty much have it memorized and know it inside and out, and you can, you copy other people's, like you don't have to start right out writing your own music, you learn from other people. But with art, I feel like you're just supposed to be original and paint something new every single time, and like maybe as artists we develop differently if we went a little more in that direction sometimes. So anyway, I'm gonna paint the snowman that I painted last week. I'll turn this around. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Lou. Hi, Dorothy. So I'm gonna paint this handsome fella. It started because we were getting out our Christmas decorations and I took a photograph of one of our snowmen from the mantle and painted it, and it was so fun. Kind of got me in the spirit, so I did a few, but I don't have very many more snowmen to paint anyway. I did take a photo this morning, but I didn't like how the light was hitting it. Because when you take a photograph, you want to do it so that, you can see light hitting it, so it doesn't just look like a blob. You can see the light hitting the side of his face over here and his scarf. But this morning it was too dark in my living room and I couldn't get a good photo, so we're going to go with that one. I'll pull back a little bit so you see both. All right, I need a sip of my coffee. I'm running a little late today, as always. But my husband took my daughter to the bus stop this morning, which was wonderful. Otherwise, I would not be ready at all right now. Okay. So we just started decorating our tree yesterday. We're a little behind. But I'm trying to spend more time enjoying the holidays and not stress over stuff like that like I usually do. We'll see how that goes. Like I don't think, unless I get inspired, I don't think I'm sending out a family Christmas card this year, which I've done for years. I always have a friend of mine who's a wonderful photographer take a family portrait. So I hope I still get the family portrait sometime next year, but there's just not enough time to get it all done, and then I get stressed out, so I think it's a good idea to let go of some things. Right? Get a little more coffee. I'm judging my shapes and sizes here, because it doesn't have to be exact by any means. Love his little wings. One of my challenges with doing this, which was a terrific one, is like, what color is that snowman? It's kind of brownish, it's sort of purplish, it's maybe a little bit yellow in there, a little blue, like it's every color. So it was really a good challenge for me to mix that color up. And I did okay on it, but now I gotta do it all again. But that's why it's good to practice, right? And do the same thing over and over again sometimes. Oops, I don't enough medium on there. I'm excited to have a little bit of time off of work over the holidays to clean up my art supplies and work on my large painting. I haven't worked on that at all. And maybe I'll get to do a couple more of these, or maybe I have been trying to post my videos to my YouTube channel. I don't maintain it as much as I'd like to, but if you want to rewatch any of these, the trick to me is remembering to actually I think I have this kind of in the wrong spot here a little bit. I'm going to move this down. The trick to me is remembering when I'm finished filming and I feel like it's time for me to run to work to save the video. But I'm doing better. I'm drinking my coffee out of my Yeti. Do any of you guys have these Yetis? I love this. It keeps my coffee warm for a really long time. Because sometimes when I'm painting, I forget to drink it. And with the Yeti, when I go back to it, it's still hot. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Olivia. Lisa and Olivia are my neighbors behind me. And I'm sure Olivia's getting ready for school. She's in third grade. Third grade, right, Lisa? All ready. Goes quick. I guess I have enough of him there. That sounds wonderful to be drinking coffee and not up yet. I got up a little late today, and we were out with friends for dinner last night and didn't get home till close to 10 o'clock, so that's late for me to go to bed and get up and be ready to paint in the morning. On Instagram, I mean. I could easy do that if I wasn't painting live, but I have to look nice. A lot of times when I'm here painting in the mornings, I'm in my pajamas. I can't do that when you're visiting. I guess I could if I didn't put my camera on myself. Thanks, Lisa. They were fun to paint. Lisa, do you have any snowmen I can come take photos of? Does anybody have any that I could paint? You can send them to me. I've been keeping an eye out. My friend's house that I was at last night only had Santas. The green on his head. Oh, it actually has a little, and I love it on this Santa. He actually has like a little wreath on his head. So I just put a little touch. I love where the light's hitting it in that little tiny spot. It's a busy background. It's sitting on my mantle, and I have a great big painting that I did that says, I think it says, "Be Merry." Oh, good, Lisa. Maybe I'll come down this weekend and take some photos. So that's what that big green thing behind him is. That'd be fun to add, too. looks like a good start. This is the time when it's good to try and keep the looseness. And snowmen are, somehow it's easier to keep them kind of loose and happy than some of the other things I paint. Not sure why. Like this little bright spot in here. I gotta remember that. Sometimes when I just do this, I can remember a little bit where I want to keep lights and darks too. Although there's not too much to do with that. They're oils, Suzanne. Okay, I'm gonna get I need a sip of coffee. I'm gonna get my RNF paint sticks out. I need to get more colors. Maybe Santa will bring me more RNF paint stick colors for Christmas. These are my paint sticks in my cute little bucket. And I use them, they kind of loosen up, and I like when I see the texture and I don't cover everything over and you see the texture of the mark it makes. All right. I especially love the gold. And these get like a little film on them, so sometimes I need to get a piece of paper towel and clean them off like this before sometimes I forget to be patient and do things like that, and then I get a big blob. Blue in there. This is like my favorite color. I always put just a touch of it in like all my paintings because I just love it right now. Cleaning the film off of it. It's called King's Blue. Oh, these are called RNF pigment sticks. Can you see that? Oh, I can't get it that you can see it. I'll wait till I get one out here. I'll show you. Okay. Here's a big one. Get it out. You'll be able to read it. They're RNF pigment sticks. So they're oil sticks. It's like oil paint in stick form. And they're just really, really fun to use. Do I need another color in there? Maybe a little, this touch of bright green. I didn't clean this one off. I'm gonna do that. I always say I want to do a whole painting with these sometime. I could put a little bit of this color in too, and then I think that's good. Oops, sorry, bumping you. Oops. right, I think that's a good start. Why I'm doing an oil painting class in April here in Lancaster. It's a lot of fun. I love painting. Hi, Olivia. Hi, Tracy. I thought it was you. It's it's in Hempfield in Centerville off of Sylvan Road. It's up on my website if you want to come. Okay. How are you, Tracy? Hope you're doing well. Are you still in Lancaster? All right. I'm going to mix up some colors. Whoops. I have my coffee cup in the way of this thing. All right. Oh, good. All right. So now I have to like figure out kind of the colors in this. Just kind of. See that color in his body? It's sort of pinkish. It's like 100 colors, I think. Oh, are you? That's nice, Tracy. I did see there was a salon there. Very nice. Okay. So I'm mixing some brown and blue. I might use, to see if I can get a color source like that. Whoops. Oh, I have a color out here. This, I'm going to see what happens if I add a little bit of this Old Holland violet gray. It's a gorgeous color. Oh, I have some out here already. I'll use that. No, I should do that, Tracy. I will. Sometime when I'm over there during the work day. And now, you know what? This is dried up. The other thing I need to do is clean my palette off. It's a mess. And I want to paint my board underneath here gray, too. Maybe I'll get all that done over the holiday. Oh, the swirl that behind him is something that I made that's on my mantle that has, it says Be Merry, and that's the Y in the Mary, and I did a little snowball. It's a cute little thing. I'll have to show it. Maybe I'll post it. For a while, I was making little things like that. I love them. I mean, it's not little. I actually have another board here somewhere to make another one. I just didn't do it yet. I guess there will never be enough hours in the day to do all the things I want to do, right? At this point in the painting, do you add any other type? No, I usually don't add any other medium unless it's like my paints are really dry or too thick. I'll use a little bit of this liquid original. I have it right here on my palette if I need it. But often I don't add anything at all. Okay, I'll show you. I'll post it after I'm finished. If I have time before I run to work, I'll take a picture of my mantle with it on. And something else I want to do more of, because I love to do hand lettering too. I was working on something yesterday because I'm doing a get-together thing here in Lancaster, calling it Makers Lancaster, where just a bunch of us get together and make fun things. So we got together for the first time on Sunday afternoon and made these gorgeous, I think I have a picture of one of them in my feed. And I made a new Instagram page called Makers Lancaster, but there's only three things on it. Where was I going with this? I totally forget what I was even saying. Oh, I was working on a logo for it, because that's fun. And So I'm adding a little bit of the cerulean blue in there, and it kind of like cools the color down a little bit. Like that. Now, often I'll do this and come over here and see if at least it's kind of in the same value. It's hard to see in the picture, but it's a little too cool. So actually I need to warm that up a little bit. So how am I gonna do that? I think I'm gonna take this. Sometimes I'm too precious with my paint too. I should put a lot more color on my palette. Let's see if that's closer over here. Oh, that's pretty good, isn't it? That's pretty close. So I'm gonna make sure I have a little more of that. And that's using warm white. I really like warm white when I want to warm colors up and not have them be too cool. All right, so that's a nice little set of color there. Now I should do a couple of reds for a scarf. Maybe a little more brown. I'm sorry, I'm not looking. Okay, I will add you to the list. Wait, let me think where I can write it down. When people ask me questions and stuff, I forget sometimes if I don't do things right away. Tracy. All right, I'm writing a note here on my thing, so I remember to add Tracy to the mailing list for that. If any other of you are from Lancaster and want to be notified when we have an event, just let me know. Everyone's welcome. The more the merrier. So we made these beautiful, my friend Deb brought all the materials and showed us how to make these beautiful ornaments. I made a garland for my Christmas tree that I'm not quite finished with, but I should work on that this evening. Okay, I think that I have a good array of color there. Hello. Yeah, I write notes to myself all over. So I listen to podcasts usually when I'm painting, and I have all these notes, and they're things that I figure if I write them down and they stick, or if I'm looking for them and remember it again, I know where to look. But I really don't keep up with all of it. Because in the midst of having my full-time job and doing this art, I'm, learning about social media. I'm learning how to do my website. I was watching a webinar on MailChimp. I send out a MailChimp newsletter, but I only know the tiniest bit of all it can do. And it's good for me to learn all of that for my business and for my art. And it is actually really fun to learn. A little bit more warm white on my palette. Oh, I have a design, advertising and design business. I've had it for like almost 30 years. Bye, Lisa. Bye, Olivia. Have a great day. So that's what I do during the day, which is good because, you know, I learned to do websites, and I think I really started painting, you know, and I really gave it some thought because, like, when I started doing graphic design and advertising, that business was a lot more hands-on. I would do illustrations for clients. I would, you know, design type. I would do all kinds of fun things. And the more and more came on the computer, which I love being on the computer, but I missed the hands-on part of what I started doing it for in the first place. So when my daughter Isabel was old enough, my third, I started getting up in the morning to paint and never looked back. Love it. So it's crazy fitting it all in. I sold a painting. Sometimes I lose my paintings. It's terrible. I shouldn't even admit that to you. I lose them because I can't keep track and I don't have a good system. I started using one online called Archive, but I can't keep up with it. Like, I don't even have time, which you would say if you lose a painting, it's probably better to find the time. Maybe I'll do that for next year too. I need to make my goal list, but now I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh, so I couldn't find this painting yesterday, and I was talking at work to my friend Carla, and she was talking about, you know, having paintings at different places, and I thought, I know exactly where that painting is. It's at a shop in downtown Lancaster. Suzanne, I guess because I went to school for graphic design, like I learned illustration. I've always loved to draw. Always, always. But more graphic design than I never learned. I did take an oil painting class when I was like in 6th grade, and I hated it because we had to be quiet the whole time, and I didn't like how it smelled. It's so funny. Now I wish I could go back and do that again. And the teacher was terrific. She was a wonderful artist, but she would just fix our paintings. So we would paint, and then she'd come around and just fix everybody's artwork. That's how I would teach. But back then, you know, she wanted to send something home with the parents that looked nice, right? Okay. Oh, you're welcome. I appreciate you stopping by to watch. I do want to make like an online course. I just have to sit down and think about it. Is that black? No. Do you think this black is too much? No, I can just add into it a little bit if I think it is. Excuse me. I never thought to use all this color. Yeah, it is fun adding in the colors. So my brushes that I like are a Monarch flat. It's a Winsor Newton brush. Number 14 is my favorite, although I would love to find a brush like this that's really huge. If any of you know of one, like for great big paintings, but similar to this. And then this one someone sent to me for free, I think, and it's called a Holbein Rockcliffe 250 LH. And if you look in my story here on Instagram, I posted, someone was asking me about my brushes, and I posted about it yesterday in my story, and it's probably still up there with the exact information. That's also a little bit of a challenge for me too, is that I think they are synthetic. Does it say? I think they are, but I'm not sure, Julie. You're welcome. So anyway, I was saying I couldn't find a painting anywhere, and I hate when that happens. And then I realized I have it in a shop in downtown Lancaster, so I need to go pick it up today, but I have to take a different painting in. So I should write myself a note to do that. Goodbye. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day. Work is calling. How long do I have? I should be watching the time, because this actually like turns off. I run out of time at an hour. But usually that's enough time for me to finish a painting. Love his little checkered scarf. So cute. Sorry. All right, I need to pay attention to this part down here and the bottom. Oh, it's just, oh boy, you're painting my little friend. Okay, it's yours. Deborah, it's something that's sitting on my mantle. I just took a photo of a snowman on my mantle. And I love how, like, just adding those fun little bits of color makes that all look so much more round, doesn't it? Thanks, Tracy. So now this is the fun part where I try and pull out little bits of light. But I want to leave, like, the background has all those brush strokes, and I love the looseness of it. That's been a work in progress for me for a long time, is keeping it loose and happy. I think I'm getting there. I have to add this flies and stuff. I hold my breath when I do this part. I could rest my hand here on my coffee cup. So that's really a little red. I will do that, Tracy. Oh, it's KimMyersSmith.com. That Myers part trips me up all the time, but it's so long because when I went to get a domain, a website domain, there is nothing like Kim Smith Art, and they were all taken. So I added my main name in the middle, but it's been tricky. Loose is hard. Yeah, I'll put down a great looking stroke, but then I find to go over it. Yes, and then it's gone. And that's the biggest trick, is to put the stroke down and not touch it. It's so hard to do. Like, I love all this, like that blue right there. I love that. So I'm going to try really hard not to touch it. But I do want a little white in here, I think. So cute. Okay. I guess there's a little light color over here. It's the sparkle of I have little tiny lights on my mantle. That's what you see, but I'm going to add snow because that's so fun. All right. It is a sweet face, isn't it? Okay, I need to do a little arms and then add a little snow. Little twiggy arms. All right. Now I'm going to add a little snow. How fun is that? Oh, he forgot his sweet little buttons. I have to add them too. And see, I used this one brush for the whole painting. I don't think I used the other one. I mean, it wouldn't have made any difference, but I've gotten better at not getting out a tiny brush unless I need highlights on an eye or something. Oops, it's not dark enough. All right, what do you think? Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Suzanne. Thanks, Tracy. Thanks, Julie. All right, I'm going to sign it. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, and there. Oh, I should turn the light away.
Tissue paper?
Probably in the drawer upstairs in the dining room. What?
I just